Okay. I was wondering what the button he just pushed was. I guess technically he just hit the vault in button, which vaulted them out. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, and we're back to another episode of Voltace 5. We just got done losing a member of the team, Professor Hamaguchi, to a voice-changing device, if you can believe that. We are dealing with the element that apparently the Bowsanians aren't familiar with humans. Apparently, even though they have their secret underground fortress here on the planet, they're not watching TV. They're not doing anything human research wise. Despite the fact that they have an entire slave army, which I guess not once begs to see their families or tries to convince the Bowsanians about their loved ones. They don't know anything about humanity. So it's still confusing to them that humans might be capable of love. And again, I'm just reminded of that really, really bad sci-fi movie, Battlefield Earth. You remember where, yeah, I can't remember actors' names all of a sudden. Well, they refer to humans as human animals, and they defeat the entire Earth's military in an hour. And then one of them, the aliens, just decides to start teaching humans complicated procedures so that they can be better slaves for harvesting the gold or something from Fort Knox. It's really dumb. But it's what I'm thinking of here is that the idea that they came here, they defeated all the humans, and then didn't know a damn thing about what humans were. Did you know humans can love? Oh, that's stupid. They're too stupid to love. What are we doing? Anyway, I got no notes, obviously. This is between the two episode spans where I take notes between episodes. So, Professor Hamaguchi is dead. Let's see how the team, like, obviously, we're no longer in a thing where you could air these episodes out of order. You cannot air an episode where Professor Hamaguchi is dead before he died. So, I gotta see how they handle his death in the show going forwards. And I don't just mean by the characters respecting the loss of a loved one. I mean from the element of who's in charge now. Does Professor Oka Professor Oka, I have combined characters. Does General Oka just stay here from now on? Do they pass the leadership torch up Kenichi? Like, does Kenichi now become leader of the base? We gotta see. So that said, I said we just go ahead and hop on in and see where we go.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button.
Comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this, unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
Because honestly, again, General Oka leads the Earth Defense Force, which we already established now is a thing. Like, we established it in episode 1, but apparently a couple episodes back, we had to re-establish it. Like, maybe the Earth Defense Force retired and then had to be remade. I'm not sure. I mean, kind of fits, given the fact that the entirety of the Earth military was destroyed, then apparently showed back up again here a couple episodes ago, and then got destroyed again, it looked like. But yeah, anyway, there is a base that he has to be in charge of and be at to command. So it doesn't feel like he can be at Big Falcon all the time. I guess it's possible they can just introduce a new character who does the same thing. Oh, okay, this is going to be about we're still trying to exploit the concept of love.
空まで涙をこぼしてやがら。浜口は死んだ。だが、王兄弟は父が生きていることを知った。これが我々の計画。
Well, they don't really. They know you faked his voice.
いや、いかなる方法をもってしても吉とせねばなるまい。
恐れながらハイネル様。
なんだ。
終始ガルマンが完成いたしました。
ガルマンだと。
地球原産の哺乳類アルマジロをもとに工夫を凝らしました。
移植いたしました脳は変化自在の武技を誇りましたる。
もうよい。
So that's really armored. That's all we got.
今一度私めの攻撃重視を。
誰が使わぬと言った。
ではガルマンをご採用くださいますか。
Why does it sound so familiar for some reason?
ただし、ボルテス5と真っ向から勝負をせぬという条件でな。
Oh, more of the eye thing. Again, I think he's a reptile under there. I don't know what's going on. Is it going to be a fake child? Or are we using the slave forces as a distraction?
侵入したのは一人ないし二人乗り程度の小型機らしいな。
なんだ。
重視じゃねえのか。
待って、もう一つ新手が出てきたよ。
でかいぞ。
Alright, they're sending in spies, essentially. They're going to pretend it's under attack by them. They're going to retreat. So very unexpected that they killed Hamaguchi. Okay. They said let's make it do what an armadillo can do. And then that's what they came up with. Wait, who's saying that? Is Garmin the second beast machine capable of talking? Also, horrible. Your tongue ripped in half. Or chopped off. Oh, never mind. He's got infinite tongue. Looks like those old gum packs that used to be able to pull out, like, fruit by the foot. Was that what it was? I mean, that's also one way to fight the V together thing. Just join into the middle of it. There we go. The slave force, using the slave force to lie and whatnot. I mean, it doesn't mean you're not lying. Just because you're not a robot doesn't mean you're not lying. I mean, that line indicates that you're brain dead.
高部という男の全身ことに脳を中心として細かく断層撮影した。また同時に脳波分析を行った結果、彼はロボットではなくいかなる種類の脳波操縦、人格操作をも受けてないことが判明した。
では教官まで父が裏切っているというのですか？
そうじゃないさ。だがあの老人がハイネルのスパイだという証拠はないんだ。
How do your findings find that? Also, you just shot me in the camera.
さっきも言ったが方法は一つ。この目で父さんの生きている姿を確かめることだ。
Again, all you found was that he is not brainwashed
僕だって賛成だよ。
and not a robot.
あのおじいちゃんに案内させよう。
敵の本拠を叩こうって寸法か。
そうだ。重視の供給を断ち父の生死を確かめる一石二鳥の作戦だと思うが。
もしこれが敵の罠だったら、ケンイチ、焦りすぎじゃない？
俺が焦ってるって？
そうよ。お父さんが裏切り者かどうか確かめたい気持ちはわかるけど、だからといってボルテス5を危機に陥れることはないわ。
危機と決まっちゃお芋さん。
本拠とあれば敵も警戒。
The problem with most of your team being family.
一平さん、
なんだよ。
一平さんはどう思ってるの？僕らのお父さんが本当に人間を裏切ったと思ってるの？
まるで興味ねえな。俺の親じゃねえんだ。
一平は冷たか。ボルテスチームは兄弟以上の絆で結ばれちゃう。
そうカッカすんなよ。
Why the dramatic music? Are we not supposed to suspect that guy? Look, if General Oka is a ninja, then I got no problem with this guy.
話は分かった。私の意見はこうだ。第一に争っている場合ではない。第二、
The way it weirdly centered above his head, I thought we were about to see something on the screen.
人類にとって必要不可欠な存在だ。何としてもゴー博士を救わなければならん。おそらく浜口博士も私と同じ意見だろう。
Also, they stripped him naked and tested his entire body, but they didn't go through his clothes once. Like, he could have a tracking device on, like, they know where Big Falcon is. That wouldn't be a surprise. Well, there you go. Gives him motive, at least. Seriously, his clothes could have been made of explosives for all you know. Cute. All enemy bases need to be faces in some respect. I also appreciate that they bombed the shit out of it without confirming once that it actually was a factory of any sort. Bomber bombs. I know I've probably heard it before, but... I mean, just by size alone, we know you weren't going to outweigh that thing. Okay, the music's playing, which means this is about to happen. I thought the thing that the other guy did was going to prevent this. Specifically because the V thing was lighting up weird. Now, normally I give a whole discussion about what's going on and why I think things are going to happen in a specific way. But I keep thinking somewhere during this, the music's going to stop and whatever that guy did is going to happen. I guess not. What did he do? Because it's just a small little device, and he clearly attached it somewhere to the Voltes 5. Oh, I'm an idiot. Sorry, I'm dumb. Clearly, by virtue of the next time on, we know that it's going to have a hard time pulling out the Heaven Sword. That's what the thing did, yeah. That was just my inability to put one and one together. Meanwhile, it just looks like the Voltes 5 is having a heart attack. Okay, so it's been Jangle talking through Garmin the whole time. So Garmin is not, in fact, a talking beast machine. Okay. I was wondering what the button he just pushed was. I guess technically he just hit the vault in button, which vaulted them out. Now time to imagine Professor Go as a slave driver. And to think humans could love.
ここはそうだ合体が解けたんだルミーあれはおルミパパだ
This makes it even stupider. He was going to help them. He was going to help the Voltes team come to this place to bomb it because it's a war factory, right? But his daughter is also here. So they would have been bombing the location of his daughter.
ただせめてルミを生き返らせるまで待ってくださいルミお父さんだわかるか返事をしてくれ無駄だタイムロックがかかっている時間になるまで蓋は絶対に開かないお前がボルテス細胞を誘い出し
Well, I mean, they're clearly learning to exploit the concept of human love.
お前のその努力によって棺の蓋は開き娘は蘇る子供を助けるため俺たちを騙したのか悪いことは百も承知だボルテスが人類最後の砦ということだが
んたたちは地球の救い主かもしれんが、ルミを救うことはできん。ルミを生き返らせるには、ハイネルの命令に従うほかなかった。見なさい、この通り蓋は開いた。ルミさえ蘇ってくれるなら、私はあんたたちに殺されても後悔はせん。
哀れな人間めらよ。
Well, I did not actually anticipate that.
ここにいるのは娘そっくりのロボット。
Wow, that's dark.
それも爆弾付きのな。
なんだって。
God damn it, we're just fucking killing everybody these days.
坂部さん、しっかりするんだ。私はバカな男だった。ボア残人の言葉を真に受けて、その上ボルテスの天空剣王を封じてしまった。ケンイチさん、2万とそれだけの熱さえ与えれば、天空剣を封じた超音波接合は外れます。海の敵を。坂部さん、坂部さん。
I mean, the other end of the spectrum, though, is that this should teach Kenichi that a father can do some pretty bad shit to save their kids. In case they ever suspect that their dad wouldn't do a thing for any reason, they should give them evidence to the contrary. Also, where the fuck is the rest of the team? Yeah. Why did he go after Kenichi and not anybody else? So 2 vault-in scenes, 1 episode. Where are they gonna get the heat from? You'd suspect that the electromagnetism here would be putting off some sort of heat. Oh, if only they still had the squid octopus thing from last episode. That seemed to be heating up the thing before. It just really feels like the armadillo beast machine doesn't have any heat properties to it. So they're gonna have to come up with their own heat element to defeat the supersonic thing, preventing their heavenly sword from being used. So I know it feels like I'm saying really obvious shit out loud, but it's saying it implies that I know what's going on, and that's what I'm doing here. It's also the problem with only having a super weapon, is that none of the other weapons are as important or do anything. So we're actually going to try and defeat it without the Sword of Heaven? Or Heaven's Sword, rather. Oh, now it does have a heat weapon. Convenient. Again, the other element of the fact is that every other member of the Voltace 5 team just has to sit there and watch Kenichi fight. conceivably, maybe they need to make a beast machine out of whatever the hell the Sword of Heaven is made of. Oh, looks like sounds like somebody won at the casino.
坂部さんは父について一言も語ることなく死んだ。
裏切り者というのも嘘に違いなか。
それに決まってら。そうだろ。
I mean, they're really starting to understand the human psyche, though, to have been able to even pull this sort of trick.
兄弟の切なる声は夕焼けの海に消えていった。
But not Megumi and Ippei. They learned nothing. Like, it's just so weird sometimes how they leave Megumi and Ippei out of things. Or Megumi specifically. I didn't put it in my notes, but episodes ago, when everybody was tied down to the beds so that they could heal, they showed Ippei, they showed the 3 Go kids, Megumi nowhere to be seen, and I was like, oh, did something bad happen to Megumi? And no, she just shows up when everybody else gets out of their bed. I guess they just really didn't want to animate a woman tied down to a bed, I guess. It's the weird exclusion from everybody else who was in the same scene. I mean, this is a pretty powerful episode. The conceit that they're not only, well, I mean, it's the inclusion they have slaves, which we already know, that they're using those slaves as psychological warfare and misinformation against the Voltes team, and then they fucking would create a explosive child rather than.
和山星よりウィースハイネルに送られた援軍の正体は何か。姿を現したゴー博士が突如ケンイチたちに銃を突きつける。ジューシー・ジャガールの新たな作戦とは。次回ボルテス5皇帝陛下のプレゼントにご期待ください。
Seems pretty clear to me what we're doing here. I was first thinking about what my comment from before about, oh, they've got teleporters, obviously, right? That's what's being implied. You would think that the implication is that they're teleporting Professor Go from somewhere to here, and he's going to show up. Obviously, the real takeaway is that they can make human-shaped bombs. And apparently, Big Falcon is used to dealing with the humanoid robots from the Bao Zanians. So, clearly what we're seeing happen is that Zool, I'm assuming, is making a robot in the shape of Professor Go, and that was Professor Go also attempting to kill some of the kids, I'm assuming. That is my read on the next time on, based on what's happened here, and what I was getting at before the next time on appeared. The element that they would trick a dad with the possibility of their daughter being alive, and the daughter was dead the whole time, but they would still, like, they didn't just make a plastic model of the dead daughter, since he would never be able to touch her, he would never know, and it's sitting under glass. No, they made it able to look around, scan, talk, mock you before it self-destructs and tries to kill you and everybody around it. I very much appreciate what the seriousness is that they try and make a lot of these episodes out of. We still have to shake some of the stupider bits that are still surrounding the episode. Like, why did the armadillo suddenly tunnel its way down to where Kenichi was, when all of the other team members were still on the surface and assumedly fighting it? Like, why did it go out of its way other than the narrative needed something to happen here? We shake those elements. We go with these really weird psychological horror elements of the Bao Zanians trying to fuck with us in that respect. Like, again, the human child bombs, and our mentors keep dying around us. All of those aspects are very adult, very, very tough to deal with. More of that, less of cartoon gorilla guy is what I'm going for. Very good episodes. The show is getting better and better. I'll say that much. I do still enjoy the show. I still want to know where we're going to go with the whole Prince Heinel trying to be killed by the Emperor, that whole thing. I want to know what actually is happening to Professor Go, because the conceit is that he is still alive, possibly, on their homeworld. So it would be interesting to see what's coming of that. And yeah, we still really... I want to know what the moving forward thing is to do at Big Falcon now that the professor is dead. Because we haven't really established that other than the fact that they are able to operate on their own. But I don't think that they will be, or they should be. In Power Rangers parlance, they need a Zordon. I want to know who the new Zordon is going to be. That said, though, I think that is it for this episode. So once again, I have been Theta. This has been Stoneface Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?